Jessie J here in London's Piccadilly Circus for the Celebrity Spotlight on Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. And I have Harry's wand to transport me to Claridge's for a chat with Daniel Radcliffe and his mates.
No sign of him, my lord.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die.
And the three of you really have to depend on each other on this one. This is it. I mean, you're alone. I felt that you were more alone in this movie, and yet that's why the other people were so important to each other. I mean,
I know what you mean. I know what you're saying totally. I mean, it's the thing is in this film they have crisis of faith in each other. You know, Ron totally loses faith in Harry as a leader, but ultimately they realise that the only way they will survive is by uniting and just, for better or for worse, putting trust in each other. So yeah, that is the key to the character's survival in the end.
and talk about acting chops. You have to go through a lot of emotions in this one, don't you?
Well, yeah, Ron kind of goes through quite a lot in this one. He's kind of, we see a much darker side to him, I think. There's a lot kind of going on in his head.
A little jealousy, like a lot of jealousy.
He's jealous of Hermione and Harry, and he doesn't trust Harry at all. He kind of has no faith in his kind of ability at all, and we're kind of scared, and we're tired and hungry, and we're kind of all living in this little tent, and it kind of all gets a bit intense.
What I like about this movie is I knew this was going to be a different Harry Potter, because suddenly there you are in Piccadilly Circus. It just changed the scene.
I know, it did. That was crazy. We shut down the biggest, busiest road in London.
The world.
Possibly in the world, and we just locked it down, and we're like, sorry guys, everyone needs to stop. We're making a Harry Potter movie. It was insane. But no, I mean, I know what you mean. The fact that they're out of Hogwarts and they're on the road gives the film a completely different tone. And I just think it's so exciting to get them out of cozy, comfy Hogwarts and really out there in the real world.
There is a line that Ron says to you, "You may be the one, but this is bigger." That's how I felt about this movie and kind of where we are at number 7, part 1.
Yes, fantastic. I mean, it's absolutely true, and I think that's one of the things that Harry is guilty of sometimes. Is there is something of the smell of a burning martyr about Harry sometimes. He quite likes. He's almost got this sort of complex where he thinks that he has to do it all himself, and I think it's because he's got a slight death wish in his head somewhere, and actually, for the good of everybody, he has to put that away and put aside the kind of selfish hero complex that he has, and actually learn to rely on other people a bit more as well.
Harry and Hermione dancing, to me, was just, I mean, it broke my heart, and yet it still filled it.
Yeah, it's a really lovely moment. I think, they're under so much, all this pressure, and they're having to become adults, and it's just this moment where they can just be kids again and just be silly and have fun, and it's so lovely to see Harry trying to comfort Hermione, because usually it's Hermione that's that's taking care of Harry and Ron, and then in this one you see this really tender moment where Harry tries to take care of her, and it's really sweet.
And I know that everyone's talking about all the action, and that's fine, and the adventure, But I liked the heart. There's some drama here, but there's also such wit.
I know.
And it was really, to me, it was much more emotional.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That's the thing that I've loved hearing the most, is people going, that made me cry, you know, and that really made me feel something, and wasn't that awful? And people just really get into the story. You get really sucked in, and I think that's great.
Why do you live? Because I have something worth living for. Only I can live forever.
Look for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 in your real-time theater.